All right. Let's get into another one of the headliners. Hive, when you thought about Nike and you thought about Lega, is this what you thought about right here? Or
no.
What would you have done, Hive, if you were the CEO of or the creative director of the Nike X Lego collab? What would you have led with?
I would have honestly leaned into like the NWA. I mean NBA. I'm sorry. I keep saying NWA for some reason too. I keep going back to the 80s. No, but I would have definitely leaned in
a gangster rap group.
I know. I was like, yeah, well, yeah. But no, I definitely would have leaned
rolling
into
down the street
NBA.
in my 6'4".
This, I hate this thing, man. It looks like something Mega Bloks came up with. I get the 80s.
Saw this set and said, "Yeah, we'll pass."
I get the 80s vibe, and if you're a Cluck minifigs, I get why you'd want to spend $100 for a minifig on this. But I mean, look, if you're really into basketball and Nike and all that, I could see why it'd be appealing to you. But I'm good.
Tyler, I love the Lannisters as much as the next guy, but even they, trying as hard as they can, seem less enthused about this thing than they should be.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a hard one to push, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an Adidas guy over Nike. I grew up Nike, but once I hit like freshman year of high school, I became an Adidas guy. And
you understand the importance of Nike, though. I mean,
no, I do, but like I guess just like I have no direct care for it. You know what I mean? Like the basketball hat on this guy's dope, but like I'm over the Nike era. Like I remember the days like, you know, would have to get the LeBrons, you know, the Roshi runs, who remembers those, you know, like, and you know, every t-shirt I had, you know, have to have a little Nike logo. Like I remember those days, you know,
Hyper Dunks, bro.
But yeah, I mean, or Air Maxes. I mean, but no, I mean, freshman year, man, I became a Adidas Ultra Boost NMD Yeezy guy, you know, and then it's like I've just been Adidas ever since.
I like both. I will say this though, like,
Brent, you're disappointed. Are you disappointed by this?
I'm slightly underwhelmed. I wish, because it's weird, because it's like they didn't want to do exactly. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler. I don't know if you know. Did you get the Adidas set?
No, I've got one of the GWP, then I've got like the actual Adidas Ultra Boost, like the real shoes.
So the Lego shoe set that they did, like the All-Star, it was a bigger shoe than this one, right? It had to have been. I'm pretty sure, right? Because that's all it was just a shoe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure those are probably like life-size equivalent of like, I don't know, like a size 8 or 9 shoe. I would assume.
Yeah, and this one is more like toddler scale, I guess you could say, like a toddler shoe. And I really wish they didn't, you know, waste the budget on the Dunk logo and the basketball and just give us a shoe that looks bigger and you can put more details into it. It's almost like they're just doing this because they were afraid to do the same thing that the Adidas shoe did and they wanted it to sell better. It's like, well, you're already doing better with putting the fig in there. That's going to help it sell, but you don't really the Dunk logo and shit. It's like it feels like
see, that's unneeded. The whole thing with me is I get it's trying to get an 80s vibe to it, you know, or maybe early 90s or something. I get that. But see, I would, if they're going to do that, because you can't do a whole lot necessarily, then do like the Nike logo all nice and sharp looking. You know what I mean? Like the
dude, yeah.
Maybe do that in black Nike with like a red background, and then maybe like a fig or whatever. You know what I mean? But like this thing, man.
Or
like that green is just like I don't know.
What about a Nike store modular set?
Oh,
that'd be kind of dope.
Oh yeah, that would
bunch
definitely
of shoe boxes and shit stacked
looking. Up. Because even if you don't have a city, that'd be a cool little display set, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Nike fan, I mean, why would you not want a Nike store on your shelf?
Dude,
yeah, they should do that.
Then again, even the people that aren't big Nike people, you know, they put it in their city. Like,
oh my God. You get Nike store employees, yeah, with like the Nike swoosh on their shirts and shit. That would be sick. That'd be really cool.
Oh man,
I'm gonna go get the Adidas shoes I've got real quick to show.
Or they could bring back freaking Lego Sports and Lego NBA and do a court with like Nike on it and shit.
I don't know how their contracts work with like a lot of these IPs. Like if you can only like right now they're doing this Nike collab, so they can only do Nike stuff for like this certain window of time, right? So it just would make it'd be like you only get a certain amount of time to use it for you to utilize it for certain things. That's why like that is a really great idea to make like a Nike store, you know, a Nike outlet or something.
Great
you know
idea.
What I mean, dude. Oh my gosh.
Well, and think about this. So my mind kind of goes back to the Queer Eye set. How they had like the dude that was like a fashion guy had like a whole rack of torsos. If they had a Nike store, bro, think about how many cool different Nike
printed torsos or something.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if you're catching this, Sean, but you could have different like just Nike pants, like legs hanging up as pants,
and in a store
torsos as shirts.
Oh, those are nice, dude. I like those ones. But in a store, you can do more than
heaters,
just like the shoes. There's all kinds.
Tyler,
of stuff
you would have went up to like a 9.4 minimum if you wore those.
Believe me, I want to break them out at Brick World, but I've had them since 2022, and I just have never.
You worried about getting them dirty, or?
I don't know. Well, so you want to know the reality of it? These are Ultra Boost 3.0s, and the 1.0s I think are the best, but they only
not even close. 1.0s are the best.
1.0s are absurd. Yeah, because I mean, I've got
NMDs. The original OG NMDs are the best too.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, because I have a 3.0 pair that I got back like when the 3.0s came out, like just not expecting them to be so different. And a 10.5 doesn't really fit my foot all the best. Like, and these are a 10.5. If they were 11, a 3.0 would probably work. But
my problem is I need a 14, and there's like 5 pairs in the world.
Yeah, I mean, for the discomfort I would have wearing these, it's like I'd rather just keep them on ice. You know what I mean?
They are fresh. Yeah.
I break out my Lego Adidas shoes only at Brick World because it's the Lego Donovan Mitchells.
All right, so let me ask you this. Let me ask the Girth Gang. Gene might know, but you can't say. But like, where are we going next with this, dude? Are we we're not getting Jordan? I think we made that clear early on. You know,
hopefully another decade.
Because Jordan is treated as a separate sub brand. I can't help but think, man, if they just made a UCS Jordan 1, Jordan 11, Jordan pretty much anything 1 through 12, it would smoke this shit so hard. But
Gene's like, I know nothing. I know nothing.
No, I know she wouldn't say if she could, but I'm just saying, like, my point is, like, Brent, I think I talked to you about it definitely on the show. I think, I don't know if you, Brent, a little pickup basketball court. Are we going? Is that where we're headed next? Because I saw there's like an activation that they put out there where people are playing basketball. Shout out to Shy for recording that, but you know, they got these little activations at malls and whatnot where, you know, they're doing the stuff just very, to me, by the book. Well done, but still, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Where do we go next? I guess
I would love if they brought back some, because I always wanted them to try to bring back Lego NBA. But obviously there's complications with, you know, them kind of making players into minifigures because of controversies or whatever. Dude, the function, one of my Grail sets, I got, luckily, spoiler alert, got to pick it up in Chicago. One of my Grail sets, the Lego NBA court. The function with the springs in the legs and the way they made the hands to where it could hold the ball.
2 with the G-dub.
Was incredible. If they were to bring back like a playable, I mean, Sean, could you imagine like that's like another game you can almost play at Brick World, like do a little 3-point contests on a Lego NBA court again. And it doesn't have to be NBA branded, but if it's Nike basketball and they just make generic players, which they did, they also did that.
But it wouldn't do. I don't know, man. I think
if it was Nike branded and they make an NBA, then make a basketball court.
This will do what it'll do. And it'll do okay. I think I've given credit where credit is due. Dunk, iconic shoe. If you're gonna do that, where's this comment? We had like outside of Air Force Ones and Dunks and SBs, they shouldn't do any other straight out Nikes. I would say, you know, if they did, but again, they're not just doing a shoe. Like, I would love to see a really sick, well detailed Air Max. To Tyler's point earlier.
Yeah,
I got a Roshi run.
Nike silhouettes they could have done. Gene saying I can't imagine they do a full line of shoes. I get that they won't just straight do that because someone would think that's too normie, too basic, too boring. I get that. I think they went for it with the Dunk logo. They Legoized it, all that stuff. I get it, but you know, again, I don't know that this even appeals to kids. I'm not sure who this is for. you know, I guess I do think like adult fan first, but always because
it's for the clearance aisle. It's a tax write-off, bro. They don't sell any, and then they just write it off.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'll buy this Lego NBA set when it's 60% off somewhere. At a Walmart or what have.
All right. Gene's giving insider tips here, Tyler. She's saying, I feel like this is maybe one and done, just like the Adidas, but all speculation.
All speculation.
Well, okay. So then this is more interesting to me if this is the only thing they ever do. But I'm still going. I know it's not an insider tip, but let's go with that. Hive, if this was one and done, what does that do to this?
As far as like just the collaboration?
I mean, they spent seemingly millions on announcing the collab, maybe more so for the Nike side it'll turn out, but is this the only Lego set we get? And if we do,
no, they'll do a clothing line or something, you know what I mean? I don't know. They
hope
they got the shoe out. How many Adidas shoes did they put out like during their whole collab?
Just the one and the one G-Dub.
Really? I thought there was like a few of them.
You mean real life shoes?
I'm talking
sets?
Yeah.
I'm talking sets, shoes.
Sets. I don't know, man. Like, because again, what else can they really do? I know that probably doesn't sound very creative, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, they need to do a buildable version of that basketball head minifigure, but like in the buildable figure set.
Well, I think Sean, you were kind of just now
straight. Actually, there's 4 sets rumored.
Yeah, so right on, Coop. Right on.
Well, Coop. Sean, no, it was mentioned while you were going, but Tyler had the great idea of like a Nike store set.
Yeah, that would be,
and it would be so dope because you could have
different floors with running and
you could have a rack of shirts and it would be different Nike torsos.
Like the Queer Eye set, but
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said.
I mean, you wouldn't even need to do like a huge modular or anything like that, man. You could do
it could be like $60.
Yeah,
it could be like a cutout. It could be like a kind of like how the Central Park was.
We got to go beyond the cutout. I don't want no cutout, man. That's
this. So you're talking like $100 and not like not like $200.
Let's aim high here, man. You know, we're talking about a store.
Yeah, I mean, just like
but like you said, you have different prints with like the shirts,
pants.
Right, Gene just gave a spoiler: 18 plus Nike logo, 100. Nah, if Star Wars is 60, this thing's gonna be 50.
Put in some maybe exclusive figs in there or something like that.
Brent, Tyler, would you pay for a big ass swoosh? And if so, what would you pay?
No, like I mean, I'd pay for an Adidas logo.
All right.
I mean,
Brent, realistically, would you go 50 on a really?
I would 100. I'd 100% get a big old swoosh just to put somewhere.
I'd be down with a swoosh, man.
A swoosh would be cool, especially if they like really got it right, like the points of it and everything. I would have bought an Adidas logo too. I think an Adidas logo would have been cool. But I really think Tyler's idea with the store is fantastic because if you think about it, man, there's some opportunity for minifigures, not only Nike store employees, but you could have mannequins that are just dripped out of Nike stuff, a Nike hat, Nike shirt, and then like dope, like printed legs like these have, like with the shoe. Like there's some real opportunity for some dope figs and some dope torso pieces and some cool just printed like Nike shoe boxes if they do a store. I think that'd be really cool.
Gene representing, man.
Wow, something takes a bar.
Dude, and Korn's song Adidas, man. That's like that's a classic. Classic good stuff. I don't have to play that later.
Meanwhile, like 75% of the audience has no idea what we're talking about.
Man.
50%.
Dude, look at this kid. You got any Lego in the background?
Hey, Tyler.
He's at least got
he's got Brent's skateboard behind him.
Hey, I'll tell you this.
You guys know the heater though. That ball though, I'd proudly display. Look at the ball on the left. That's look at that with the little Nike with the swoosh.
Oh, okay. Look, I will say I do like the swoosh with the brick. I like their little collab logo, man. That's
with
hot
the heater.
stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like again, 0.0 chance FPJ. Credit where it's due. The Fig is a heater, no doubt. It's interesting. I love the little storage, little stash box Hive. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the changeable laces. It's just, I don't know. I felt like the shoe has been deprioritized. I feel like the Dunk logo build is the priority here. I don't know. Like you're
Look,
Hive. I try to poorly direct.
Give them a couple years, and then we'll see Lego Chucks. So,
ooh, Lego Chuck Taylor. Doesn't Nike own Chuck Taylor now?
But
oh shoot, I didn't know that.
They
no,
might.
but
I could be crazy. I don't know.
as someone who can't actually design but can verbally direct design, I'm looking at this and I'm like, and Hive, you know about things competing in an image or a graphic, and it's like,
yes,
where is the focus here? And I feel like it's trying to be split amongst three things, and to me,
I wish it was focused on the
problem, and the ball is just not it for sure for me.
I'm sorry, I don't like the lime green, dude. I'm not.
That part I don't hate that much.
No, sorry. I like green.
Sean was against
like
the green at first.
I like green, but I generally like a strong green. That's a very timid green.
I don't know what the focal point is.
It doesn't scream just do it to me.
No.
I feel like they wanted to just make a Nike set that was $100, and that's all they cared about. Nike set, $100. If it was,
and then somebody said, "What? Don't just do a big ass shoe."
If it was 70 and just the shoe, I feel like it would have been way better. Because, dude, one of my favorite things about
I wouldn't expect anything less from Gene, by the way.
One of my favorite things about the Adidas shoe set was that the box of the set was literally like an Adidas shoe box. It was so dope.
Fabu, I don't even hate. To me, that's the most interesting thing about the copy is the break line. You know, like
what does DNUK mean?
Dunk, Nike Dunk. That's Squadron. Are you going FPJ though on it?
Just don't. 6B. Just don't.
Tyler, you gotta appreciate
awesome.
That. Just don't.
Denunk.
The box is the shit. Let's get into that. I think the box.
Oh yeah. That's a pretty nice box.
The box is a fucking heater. There's no doubt. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of the shoe box for the shoe. That was pretty cool.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This box is okay, but like even though the Adidas shoe set kind of sucked and no one wanted it, it at least came in like a shoe box looking box, and it was really cool. I thought.
I will say this. Yeah, I mean it's hardly high praise, but I think this shoe clears the Adidas Superstar. Even though it was bigger, I like this shoe better. I really dislike the Adidas shoe set, just to be clear. I think the G-Dub is eons better. I'd rather have 30 of those than one.
Yeah. Well, I think, and I mean this is me just spitballing here, but I think they could have, if they wanted to make it $100 still, you know, whoever wanted to try to be at that price.
Hit a price point, yeah.
They could have gave us a bigger shoe, but like the Nike has been having it. What am I trying to say here? The Nike ID thing. You've been able to customize your Nike shoes for a while. I did it for my wife one year for Christmas. It would have been really cool if they just gave you enough pieces to be able to make a white and black Dunk, a white and red Dunk, a white and blue Dunk. You know, just give us at least like 3 colorways.
All right, his son wants it though. I mean, again, we're probably out to lunch. Maybe there's people who just like there's going to be a market for it. They're clearly not. I don't think reaching for sneakerheads, whatever. But it's like the play feature is spinny ball. I don't know. I like that. That's fun. A little.
I wish it was an $80 shoe that could be customizable into a few different colors. That's like my final point to it.
I will say, I think they got the swoosh pretty good for that little shoe, though.
No, they did. Tyler, where are you at on that? I mean, would you have rather had an $80 and then I love when they force an upsell to the ball is heater. Did you see that? The ball is amazing. Look at this. I love that.
It's the yellow ball.
To me, it's but Tyler, could you imagine a world where it's like 80 and then they give you the left or right option and then kind of force you to buy 2? I think that would have been an interesting move.
I mean, I don't know.
If you had to pick one, Tyler, if you had to pick this for 100 or more of a bigger built-out shoe that maybe had some customizable color options for 80? What would you rather have?
I would rather have a UCS Adidas Ultra Boost.
Tyler,
$300.
You know
if you
what?
had to pick this,
That's
if you had to pick the, okay, then take the brand out of it, Tyler. Imagine the Adidas set at first was something like this rather than a shoe. Would you rather, branding aside, would you rather have a shoe set like this or just a straight up shoe that was bigger and more focused
even if
on the
it's
shoe?
Ultra Boost.
A straight shoe.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where I'm at.
And by the way, we're not complete jerks, Tyler. We wouldn't mind a little pedestal to put the shoe on, right?
Yeah, it gives you you can give them a little stand.
A little plaque in front of it.
But like to go and make the ball and have a
Dude.
place feature that
Hive.
spins and then the
Hive,
big
could
old
you
dunk
imagine
logo.
Hive, could you imagine, you just mentioned Chucks, but imagine some Chucks with like a UCS style plaque where it's like founded in 1942 by Chuck Taylor, blah blah blah.
Yeah, man. That would make a little, because again, I could see the appeal to this for
sneakerheads,
like
man.
sports
They get all
fans,
this-
sneaker fans, Nike fans. You know, like I could see the appeal. It's just ugly.
I mean, I'm a retired sneakerhead, but it's like, man, if they really paid homage to it, I don't know, man.
Sean, what's the best Jordan of all time? Or what's your favorite one, at least?
11 probably, and I know it's a sellout answer. Probably.
Well, hey, I mean, I'd be lying if I said Brett 11s aren't my favorite, but I'm also not the biggest.
Oh no, I like the Concords. To be clear, I wore
You're
those.
Concord.
I wore the Concords to prom the year they were released.
Okay,
but that's how old I am. But no,
yeah, but people. This is the thing about the Concord.
Backwards, I would say 3. 5. It's hard. It's hard.
That's the crazy thing though is Sean, like you're saying like, oh, I'm an old guy for wearing Concords, whatever back in the day. Dude, people would still wear Concords to prom now. Is the thing, which is cool.
I did it. Half the people thought it was crazy. Half the people thought it was the sickest thing they've ever done, and I try to live my life that way.
Well, dude, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm a LeBron over Jordan guy, but I mean, it's undoubtable like the shoe culture that Jordan has, and like people wearing J's to prom is like still a thing that would happen today. For sure.
So Lake just nailed it. We're pretty close. I'd go 11, 3, and 1. I like the 5s. I have deep respect for the 7s, especially the ones they call the Raptors.
What are the grapes? The grape, is that 5s?
Grape 5s. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they're re-releasing the grape.
No, but
5s,
guys, I did this in 1997. Okay, just to be clear, like this was. Again, I wore a top hat and a cane too. It was pretty wild. But
is there pictures, Sean? We need them.
They exist.
We need pictures. Source those bad boys. We need those pictures.
And I won't mention names, but
we need the Sean the right way.
But the girl on my arm was a heater as well. So
damn,
wherever she is now,
we need the Sean the right way prom pics.
Oh, dude,
badly. Find them, please.
It was a great time with the Jordan 11s. But no, the 7s I think were the first pair I had, which would have been 91, which they made the Raptors, which were like the black with the purple and red, and then the Olympics dropped that same year, which was the Dream Team, his original Dream Team shoes. I mean, there's so much
in there.
What's that?
CPC put 15s in there. What am I missing about 15s? I don't even remember what those look like.
See, Gene wore Dunks. There you go. Pixar didn't happen. Listen, there's enough people. I'm gonna find them. Sigs, but you know.
Yeah, we need those pictures. Now, okay, so Sean.
Did Sigs just do a rebrand here right on this broadcast?
Six bricks. Oh yeah, it changed up a little bit.
You see that, Tyler? He was Nikolai Sigsby earlier. Now
I think he just matched his like YouTube handle to his Instagram one, maybe. But okay, so Sean, as a you know, what like you said, retired sneakerhead, bit of a Jordan shoe fan. Yeah. If they did a Jordan, what do you think? Like, would they start with the 1? Do you think they would just go straight up for the classic? Do you think if they made a set a Jordan shoe?
So if this. Great question. If this,
because think about this. If now also too, I want you to think about this too before you respond to that. If they did the same thing with Jordan as they are with this, imagine the shoe brick built Jumpman logo, like propped up next to it
with a ball. Like the whole thing, just replace the Jumpman with Dunk, and then the shoe and the basketball.
Yeah,
this thing would have gotten so much mainstream media coverage, it would have been insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
With a Jordan
even,
1,
even if it
as
was
a Jordan 1, though?
boy, youth sized. Be curious.
Which Jordan shoe do you think they go, like, if they ever did it, that it would be a Jordan 1 from the jump?
No,
You don't think Jordan 1 from the jump?
If this didn't exist, absolutely. Now that this exists,
it's too similar to the Jordan 1. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it is the Jordan 1. The Nike Dunk is the Jordan 1, a little bit modified. So I would immediately, if I got the keys to the car, the keys to the castle, whatever, tomorrow, I'm in the driver's seat. I'm CM F&O. I would immediately go with an 11 or a 3, because I think the Prince would be such a heater on a 3. Lake, hear me out. You can get elephant prints on that. You could do so much with it. I would immediately retcon this and go Jordan if I could. Like, the story writes itself, guys. I don't know what else to say. It would have to deliver. It would have to be a heater. It would have to look good. And here's what's even more interesting. Jordan fans are used to paying $220, I believe. Somebody can check me. I don't know what the current today price is, but it's about $220, high 1s, low 2s for a Jordan retro model that's released now. I guarantee if this was done right, people would have absolutely no problem shipping the card. Shout out to Tyler. You did it first. Paying that money to get the Jordan, whatever it is, 11, 5, 3, whatever the F it is. Pull them up. Give me
the 11s. Which colorway?
Give me a Concord.
I don't think they could do 11s good in Lego form. 11s are too curvy. Hell no, dude. They can't do 11s and Lego well.
Yeah, that's some pretty smooth curves.
Right there in the middle. Boom.
Are these what you order prom?
Yes, that's the exact one. Yep.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a white bottom with a black line and a white.
Just get a little bit of a lavender on the bottom. These are the hardest shoes that ever existed.
I love the logo on the back heel like that, man. Like the back right.
I love the icy gum bottom. I'm a sucker for that.
To me, nothing will ever look. My first ever pair, I got them in I think I actually got them as a middle school or something graduation present. I got a bunch of cash, and there go up to the left, or that one's fine. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, let me hit.
Oh, I remember those.
To the top left, right there. Boom. I would do the black cement 3s. Click it.
Sorry, it was taking me to
click it.
Like these are here.
Yep. Blow them up, dude. The elephant print on the black cement 3s would have been so hard.
Yeah, I love that red too.
It's just so good. Like, to me, looking at it now, these are more wearable, I think, day to day than the Concord 11s. The Concord 11 now kind of flexing.
Let's think about this. Obviously, it's up in the air if they would ever do Jordan, because it's like a separate company.